Okay. Good. Dear Penn Dental Class of 2024 faculty, staff, families, and friends, I'm truly honored to open today's commencement event celebrating the graduation and the achievements of the class of 2024. I'm Bekir Karabujak. I'm the chair of Endo Department. Also, I'm the head of the Division of Advanced Dental Education. I want to extend a special welcome to your families, friends, and loved ones around the globe who are unable to be with us here today, but who can participate virtually via our streaming services. Today, we're recognizing our candidates receiving degrees in Doctor of Science in Dentistry, Master of Science in Oral Biology, Master of Oral Health Science, and Master of Advanced Dental Studies. And it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Mark Wolf, Penn Dental Medicine's Morton Amsterdam Dean.
Thank you so much. It's wonderful to be here. It's wonderful to see all your faces and your families here and distant to us. We really look forward to these moments of graduation. They're real great transitions. So I'm honored to be here in front of your guests, in front of you as you become our 2024 graduates from Penn Dental Medicine. You're graduating as accomplished scholars. All of you have done scientific projects in oral health. You have achieved special status of advanced degrees in education as part of the process. Some of you are already dentists and looking to add some of your skills that will make you better educators, better scientists. Some of you have joined us pre-dental to add skills that will make you better dentists and better scientists. But the commonality in all of this is that you have come to join Penn Dental Medicine in the pursuit of knowledge. And University of Pennsylvania has been in this business since Benjamin Franklin created the school in 1751, one of the oldest universities in America. The University of Pennsylvania is a unique place where on the same campus there are 12 separate schools, with Penn Dental Medicine being one of the older schools created in 1878. Penn Dental Medicine has a long history of discovery, and that's absolutely fantastic. The very first class had a dentist who graduated, went out and discovered why we get decay in our mouth from eating sugars. We are currently working on the discoveries that will improve ceramics, that will improve CAD/CAM, that will help determine whether we can control the inflammatory disease process and bring better health to other people. We have individuals working in nanotechnology and how to clean teeth, how to maintain oral health, how to remineralize teeth. We have people sitting and working on a chewing gum that will capture COVID and when it's exhaled, or flu when it's exhaled, and it's grown in a plant base like lettuce, which is quite remarkable. You are entering a realm of science and information, and you are part of the solutions for the future. You join this historic group of people who have come before you, and it's absolutely wonderful to talk about the importance of what you have learned and how you have learned. We came through a pandemic in the last several years, and we didn't just come through this pandemic by coming up with a cure for the disease or by immunizing individuals against the disease. At the same time that an actual vaccine, which, by the way, mRNA vaccines were invented here at University of Pennsylvania. At the same time that invention took place, something else happened in our society. It was a discussion about information. We stopped believing the doctors that were telling us the best information they had available at the moment, and alternate science took as much weight as the research that people had done for decades. We had new alternative theories being professed as if they were the leading science of the day. And the problem is the consumer has no method of understanding how to absorb that. They can't tell the difference between one MD standing up there and saying, you need to do this, and another MD saying, it's okay to do that. That discrepancy makes for a society that does not know how to interpret literature, query and have a curiosity that requires deeper knowledge than something that comes off an internet feed, a single stream on TikTok or a single stream on Instagram. You've been given the skills to actually do the science, look at the science, analyze whether it's valid or not, and stop saying there are two truths. It's important that you take part of that role to actually help society improve that piece of their interpretation. It's not just that you became smart. You have to protect the societies around us by speaking about facts, speaking about information, and talking about how to analyze that and look at this. And this permeates all aspects of our life. You have been given those skills as part of the master programs, as part of the doctoral programs that you have participated in. They are special skills. Now, you only applied them towards this tiny little piece that you were studying, but they're expandable to cover much more than that. You're fated for greatness. Many of you will become academics as part of the process here in the United States or in other countries. Many of you will start teaching and writing and producing the information that other people will look at, that other people will use as the facts to make their decisions. It's important that you think about how you will influence the lives around you. I'm always confronted with, look, we discovered this. And I look at that and instantly ask the question, so what? No, it's a mechanism that does this, and it causes this to twist and that to rock, and this is deeper than that, or this is, so what? It's a discovery. It might be a very important discovery, but if we can't translate it into people, into better material, into better performance, it's the so what of what you heard me ask you so what more times than you wanted. It's the so what. You've all been equipped to think about the so what in life. What can we take from this discovery that will make living better, that will make things last longer, that will make things less expensive, that will make things, and many, many items. The so what may mean we need to do the following additional experiments. Every experiment doesn't result in a product or in a better health item, but they all have to have a meaning of so what. And we have to be able to explain it in real language to people, because the so what needs their support to be able to go look for the next level of what we're doing and how. You all come with a very special knowledge base. I ask you to go outside your comfort zones and become leaders in your community. Your communities need you to take your Penn degree and use it to help make a better society. So as you leave here, I want you to have a sense that all of the faculty that sit here, all of the faculty who have worked with you, are here for you in the future. Many of you will go on and become dentists, and you came here to get the skills or enhancements to be able to go to dental school. Many of you have been dentists already and have gotten skills to be able to become leaders and academics in your own countries or here in the United States. Take all of the knowledge you have, take all of the sense of mentorship in what you've seen, and become leaders of the future. Don't hesitate to be a proud Penn Dental Medicine graduate. We're proud of you, and we think at all times about all of you and what we can do to enhance your ability to succeed long after you graduate. Don't hesitate to come back to us and talk to us and tell us what we did right, what we did wrong. We do want to hear this. It's important to us. The big important message that I send away with you right now is do something, and do something big for society, for your families, for yourself, and you'll have a rewarding career that you'll never look back upon with any question whether or not it was the right path. So with that, I say thank you very much for having come to Penn Dental Medicine and given us this opportunity to expand to who you are. It's now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Tim Ricks. Dr. Tim Ricks held federal service roles for over 35 years, including military service and over 23 years as a clinician and administrator with the United States Public Health Service. He was the 20th Chief Dental Officer of the United States Public Health Service and served as Assistant Surgeon General from 2018 to 2022. He currently holds various roles with the Indian Health Service, including Indian Health Service Representative for the Healthy People 2030 Oral Health Work Group. He has worked on the Indian Health Service Oral Health Surveillance Coordinator, a National Health Promotion and Prevention Coordinator. He has received numerous accolades, including the 2021 American Dental Association Distinguished Service Award, the 2022 Hispanic Dental Association and National Dental Association Distinguished Service Awards, the 2021 Diverse Dental Society President's Award, the 2020 Global Leader of the Year, and the U.S. Public Health Service Distinguished Meritorious Service Medals, among many other international and national awards. He's a board-certified diplomat of the American Board of Dental Public Health and a fellow of the International College of Dentists and the American College of Dentists, as well as the Pierre Fauchard Society. Tim, I welcome you to the podium. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Dean Wolf, Associate Dean Shahinger, distinguished faculty, graduates, and family and friends of the graduates. It's an honor for me to be with you today as we celebrate the 31 Master of Oral Health Sciences, Master of Science in Oral Biology, Master of Advanced Dental Studies, and Doctor of Science in Dentistry postgraduates at America's First University, the University of Pennsylvania. And I learned this myself. It was established in 1740. So the first thing I want to do is I want to take you back to the year 2000. The biggest fear we faced at that time was something known as Y2K. Does anybody remember that? Yeah. Y2K was going to cause all the computer systems across the world to fail, and as a result, the power grids and national defense systems would be compromised, and all of the technology that we'd come to depend on would suddenly become useless as computers failed to recognize January 1st, 2001. Some other notable events from 2000 include the presidential election. And whether you remember it or your parents remember it, the hanging chads were a big thing. You remember the guy holding the hanging chads? Bill Clinton became the first president to visit Vietnam. The dot-com bubble burst as the NASDAQ lost more than 75% of its value, and a slew of internet companies went bankrupt. A loaf of bread cost 89 cents on average. A gallon of milk cost less than $3. Smartphones didn't exist. They were dumb phones. An email-based computer worm affected 10 million PCs, and almost half of us use the slow dial-up internet connection. And since I'm here at Penn, I know that in the 106th meeting between the rivals, Penn beat Cornell 45-15 on the gridiron and beat them twice in basketball on the way to the NCAA tournament. In the field of oral health, we were still using x-ray films and paper dental records, and the use of dental implants, lasers, computer-aided design, and computer-aided manufacturing for prosthetics were used by relatively few oral health professionals. In that first decade of the new millennium, we saw enormous changes in oral health. The first, and to date the only, Surgeon General's report on oral health was released in 2000 by Surgeon General David Satcher. That nearly 300-page report compiled decades of research showing the relationship between oral health and disease with systemic health and disease. In fact, the major message of that report was that oral health was integral to the overall health and well-being of all Americans. The report further stated that actions at all levels of society, from individuals to communities and to the nation as a whole, are needed to maintain the health and well-being of Americans already enjoying good health and to address the disparities in oral health status that some Americans faced. A coordinated effort at all levels can overcome the environmental, educational, social, and health systems and other barriers that have created vulnerable populations. One of the key actions that followed that report a few years later was to accelerate the building of the science and evidence base. And this is where you come in. In the past 20 years, this acceleration has been accompanied by tremendous increases in research spending. For example, the National Institutes of Health has gone from $20 billion in funding in 2000 to over $50 billion today. As a result of dental research, we know more now than we ever have before about the microbiome, genomics, regenerative medicine, and material science. Artificial intelligence is used more and more in dentistry to help guide us in clinical decision-making. In 2018, Surgeon General Jerome Adams, who appointed me, commissioned a new report on oral health, and it was ultimately released not as a Surgeon General's report, but as a regular report in 2021 by the National Institute of Dental and Craniofacial Research. That report expanded upon the science from that 2000 report of the Surgeon General and stated the following. Discoveries in genetics have shed light on the causes of some oral and craniofacial conditions, while advances in microbiology have shown how microbes can influence health and disease. Stem cell research and materials science have spurred development of regenerative approaches in dentistry. Digital workflows and data science platforms such as telehealth and electronic health records can facilitate collaborations among the healthcare system, government, nonprofits, and other entities to devise new strategies for improving oral health at the population level. Advances in artificial intelligence, 3D printing, and digital imaging are also reshaping oral health care, as you know. While scientists are making strides in research, there is a need to validate new technologies, engage communities, as the dean was saying, to translate research, and to collect molecular and population-level data to ensure optimal outcomes. So as you move forward in your career, you will find and undoubtedly embrace an ever-changing landscape in oral health. For those of you that are receiving a Master of Science in Oral Biology, you'll be expected to carry the torch forward of advancing the research in oral diseases for many years and carry out these responsibilities in an ethical manner to not only show successes, but also, very importantly, to show failures. For those of you receiving the Master of Advanced Dental Studies, you've taken the extra step of enhancing your knowledge of clinical dentistry. And you should use this as an opportunity to share your knowledge with other oral health professionals. For those of you receiving the Master of Oral Health Sciences, you now must apply your new knowledge of the art and science of dentistry to the profession itself, whether that means moving forward to become oral health clinicians, teachers, or researchers. And for those of you receiving the Doctor of Science in Dentistry, you are the teachers, administrators, and leaders of tomorrow, those who will be responsible for shaping the minds of dental students, researchers, and technology in the future. Each of you is important to realizing the vision that Surgeon General David Satcher had in 2000 to advance the art and science of dentistry and oral health. I want to talk to you in closing about the most important thing, I think, moving forward, and that is how to enjoy a balanced work life and family life. As oral health professionals, researchers, and academics, you'll be faced with many daily stressors, whether they're from patients, family, finances, or other things. As leaders in the profession, my hope is that you will practice self-management and lead by example in managing the work-life balance. Take breaks during the day when you need them. Dentistry, oral health, it's tedious work. Research is tedious work. And it also involves much more than just patient care, as we know. It involves meetings, reports, grant writing, billing, and all these other responsibilities. It's important for you to take that mental health break just for a few minutes each day. Listen to your favorite song, meditate, or just go outside to get some fresh air. If you look at those professionals who are most successful, not just in terms of money, but having a well-balanced life and work environment, one common trait that they all have is time management. My son recently graduated with a doctorate, actually on Friday, and one of the biggest lessons that he learned as he continued in his studies was time management. And it all hits us at different times. Set goals for yourself each and every day and do a daily planner or checklist and practice self-compassion. What that means is if you don't accomplish everything, don't beat yourself up. Trust that you'll get it done as soon as you can. Take advantage of downtime, whether it is a patient no-show, a canceled meeting, or whatever. Set boundaries for yourself. Sometimes, especially in this new virtual world, we have to bring work home with us sometimes, and that's okay, but you don't want to make that a habit. You need to have me time for yourself and time with friends and family. Last and not least is exercise and eat right. Exercise and good nutrition not only help you become healthier physically, but they also stimulate mental health. So those are my lessons. I hope you heed one or two of them. I'd like to congratulate all of you as you receive your master's or doctorate today. And wherever your career takes you, I wish you much success and look forward to seeing and reading about all the great things you accomplish in your careers. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tim, and welcome to being part of our very important Stony Brook community for the future. We love to have you as an honorary member of our class of 2024. I would now like to ask Bakir if he could come up and join us for the hooding ceremony.
Thank you. Okay. We will begin the hooding ceremony and the distribution of the diplomas. For hooding, Dr. Ezra Shahinger, the Associate Dean of Graduate Studies and Student Research, will do, and Dr. Faizan Alav, Associate Dean of Academic Affairs, will be distributing the diplomas. We're good? Perfect. Dr. Marwa Mohammed Balwazar. Dr. Taewon John Kim. Dr. Dana Mahmoud Mumin Khan. Dr. Smriti Krishnan Nair. Dr. Kentapon Ratana School. Dr. Dennis Sravanos. Dr. Pudipong Sripuna. Dr. Rezan Abel Al-Takafi. Dr. Iman Al-Amadi. Dr. Suhua Cheng. Oh, I'm sorry. Dr. Nur Al-Saad. I was too excited to announce my student. Dr. Suhua Cheng. Dr. Maricruz Contreras Salas. Dr. Noor Obani. Dr. Kosuke Kashiwagi. Dr. Annette Ko. Dr. Yi-Tae Lin. Dr. Marianti Papayuana. Dr. Brianna Tucker. Dr. Breyer Elizabeth Moy. Dr. Shishi Chao. Dr. Kim Nebtai Dorn. Temitayo Andrew. Mackenzie Moore-Koslow. Venkata Panga Namamula. April Victoria Roll. And Fuyu Tai. So congratulations to all our graduates, and we invite everybody to the dental school. And our guests, we're not a big group, but please allow our students to proceed out first, then the families will continue. Thank you. Thank you.